Hello, everyone. Hey, I'm Mark with Pal Aquatics. I've got a lot of fun stuff scheduled for tonight, but if you would hang on just for a few moments here until I get things all set up, I want my audio and video to be as good as possible. So, thank you. Well, hello, everyone. Hopefully, my audio and video is good after all that. Uh, Thank you for stopping by. I see there's people already in the chat. All right. Eric, thanks for stopping by. Looks like you were the first one in. Hey, Jeff Kane, thanks for stopping by. You're just going to be lurking tonight? Skull. Hey, Skull. How you doing tonight? Who else is in here? Fathom. Hey, hey. Nice to see you. So, looks like hopefully all my audio and video are doing good. I had some serious issues last time. I figured out what the problem was. I had EV Mux up and a tab on top with my video playing in there. That's not going to work very good. So I think that was the main problem I was having. So hopefully that's fixed now. Uh, Hopefully my video is decent. I'll throw a quick glance and it doesn't. Okay, audio video good. Awesome. So I got a few things to talk about tonight. I even made a short list, but one of the big things that's going on is the weather here recently. Get some really cold weather. Let me see. We got down. I think the coldest it got in my house was about 17 degrees or so. So for Texas, it's pretty cold, and it stayed below freezing for several hours. It would get above freezing during the day. Last couple of days, barely above freezing, but did get above freezing, so it wasn't too bad. So some of my outdoor tubs, I had to do some special things for. I didn't have any air or anything on them all summer long. All the fish were doing good. In fact, the only fish were out there right now that were out there all summer were rice fish and a couple of, I guess I got gambusia, which are western mosquito fish. And then I've got some bluefin killifish that were out there all summer. And the last little freeze we had was like one night it got really cold, and I didn't do anything at all, and everything was just fine. But this was going to be got cold early for a while, cooled everything off, and then it was going to get down really low in the teens like that for a couple nights and barely get above freezing. I was afraid that after a couple days that water would freeze solid, and there's only little 20-gallon. Well, some of them were in 20-gallon tubs, and others. Some of the fish are in big 275-gallon IBC totes. The big totes I'm not too worried about. Those aren't going to freeze solid, so I didn't do anything with those. And really, all that's out there right now is mosquito fish, so I know they'll be fine. But the other stuff I wasn't so sure about, so I just put airline out there and had the air blowing on them to keep a hole in the ice and keep it from freezing solid, and it seemed to work fine. Uh, oh boy, what did I just do? uh, okay, okay. Anyhow, all right. Let's see if anybody came in. Looks like we have. Oh, hey, Cheryl, welcome. Let's see what else is going on in the chat real quick here. Craig's Catfish Cave, welcome. Looking down through. Oh, Sketty Nana, welcome. You're a very familiar name. Going to catch replay this time. All the best to everybody. All right. Well, hey, have a good evening. So, I didn't do a whole lot. Oh man, let's see what happened. I had my note thing open, and somehow I hit the button to do voice recording. So everything I was just saying was being recorded in my note taking things. Now it's got a whole page full of stuff that probably didn't even get right. It always messes up, so it's probably just a disaster. But it didn't. I don't think it overwrote anything, so we're good. I was on a live stream here on just a few days ago for Papa Shrimp. And so I'm glad to see Papa Shrimp's actually back doing some live streaming and getting his fish room stuff back together. In fact, he even mentioned he had enough a shrimp, and he actually had some clown killifish ready to go, and he needed to move off. So he might actually be doing some vending at one of the local expos. And I was telling him about that, trying to get him to come out and be part of that. If you want to see him out there, please reach out to him and say, "Hey, I would love to see you out there. I'd like to come out and buy some of your fish, so and your shrimp." So let him know that you're supportive of him. Let's see if anybody else came in. Video freezing for me. I hope not. Uh, we're all good. Okay. Hopefully it isn't freezing up, man. That really suck. But the next expo here, the DFW Aquarium Association's expo, is going to be on March. I had it here, March 8th. Let me make sure. Yes, March 8th. I just signed up last night, and I have 3 tables. So 3 like 6-foot tables. So that's going to be fun. Always have a good show out there. The spring show is always a great show. Man, why is my? It looks like I am froze. I'm getting tired of all the. It looks like I'm good on my end, but when I plopped in just to see if I could, you know, videos for. Let's see. Keep going. Who cares? Whatever. Where's Papa Shrimp located? Papa Shrimp is here in the Dallas Fort Worth area, so he's local. He is around Dallas, and so he would be he'd be one to he'd be coming up that show. Hopefully, he gets a table. He's like seeing vending out there again. He used to vend a lot with Jadran Aquatics. Him and Jadran used to do a lot of the stuff, so that was always fun. Yeah, I think my video is froze. Oh well. Okay, let's just move on. I'm not worried about that. I don't know if I'm even seeing all the comments. Yeah, you met him at Aquashella? Yeah. And in fact, he mentioned Aquashella at during his last live stream, and I talked to him a little bit afterwards too, and was communicating while he was on his live stream. But I think he has a good idea to get together a bunch of people that know each other. There's a lot of people show up from all over the country to these things, and kind of take it back and make it our own. I wasn't really impressed with the last Aquashella. It was just too many big vendors and not enough smaller vendors, on the fish for sale. It wasn't a lot of fun. I didn't have a good time. I know other people had a great time, but I think it'd be fun for us to get together and a bunch of the YouTubers and other friends and stuff just meet up and have an area. Maybe we just kind of designate where we just meet everybody or a certain time everyone wants to get together. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming. I know that Happy Place Aquatics and Resident Alien 86 are planning on being at Aquashella and meeting me. So I think us three are going to be hanging out as much as possible. And so that would be kind of cool. A bunch of us other people to get together too. Hey, he's a top bloke. Yes, he is. And I even told him that on the live stream. I said, "Man, you're really a lot of people admire you and stuff." So he really enjoy hearing that and it's true. He's a good guy. Everybody seems to like him. He's very honest. I wouldn't even blink about buying any of his products or anything he's selling because I know it's going to be top notch. He's not going to sell you junk. He's not going to sell you sick animals or anything like that. He's going to sell you high quality only. So he would definitely be someone I would definitely buy off of. MNC Aquatics. Well, hello. I don't remember seeing that name before. He may have been around. I just didn't know it. Good day, Craig. I went to Fathom Aquatics. I went to Dallas and Daytona last year, and it was really, really downhill. Yeah. I didn't really have a great time. It was okay. I met Vibes was there, Vibes Aquatics. I hung out with Vibes for a little while. He's a really good guy, too. So I think he'd be another good one to kind of hang out. He's another YouTuber and does a lot of live streams and things. He'd be fun to hang out with, too. Um, hey, Jeff, host a Texas Fish Fam cookout. That'll get me brainstorming because the show was over fairly early, if I remember right. I can't remember the hours off the top of my head, but isn't it like 5 or 6 they close up? And in May, it's kind of early, so there'd be plenty of time for us maybe to hit a park or something in the area. I'd have to look into it. I don't know what's in the area or how feasible that would be, but it might be kind of fun. That'd be really fun. I can't go to both, so I'll be at San Antonio. Awesome, Skull. Yeah, I want to meet you there because I definitely plan on being on in San Antonio. Definitely, that's going to be on the highlights. Uh, yeah, that's an idea. That is a really good idea. I'm going to kick that around with some other friends and stuff and see what we come up with. Uh, yeah, I usually hang out with Vibes at Aquashella. Did I meet you there, Fathom Aquatics? You know, we'll see. Uh, I don't remember. I'm really bad with names. I may have met you, but I didn't know you were Fathom Aquatics. I may have known you by your real name. So anyhow, yeah, Mark Scott and I will be there. Skull and I will have a Sunday stream. Oh, cool. Uh, and that was, let's see, you'd be. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Um, Sorry, I was looking. Oh, so you're have a Sunday stream? Is it? Oh yeah. Okay. Fathom's part of this crew as well. Empire of Dirt Aquatics. Jeff Kane. Make it make it your own Texas annual event. Saturday Sunday hangout. Yeah, I think it's a good idea because it's a big event and it draws a lot of people. People know about it. The national convention, I think, in San Antonio. Well, it's called the Texas Cares convention. And the CARES is referring to the CARES programs with a lot of conservation type issues and things that's going to be the main focus of that, or a focus of the theme of that convention. But there will be 4 different fish groups there. There'll be the American Killifish Association, American Cichlid Association, the American Library Association, and the International Betta Congress will all be there at the show, having their own shows and their own auctions and things. I think what I read is the way they're going to do the auction on Sunday is all 4 groups are going to auction things off, and they're just going to take one from one group, one from the next, and just rotate through everything until everything's gone. So it's going to be a huge auction, and man, you want to get some really cool fish cheap. That'd be the word. Even get some really rare fish. You may not get them cheap, the rare stuff, but there would be some really cool rare stuff available for sure. That I definitely would make an effort to make it out. I'm hoping to meet Skull in person in San Antonio. He's a all right guy. Yes, he is. New local Austin, welcome. That's new for today. So, fellow lords and ladies, Skull Aquatics, yeah, Fathom and I, kind of sketchy. So let's see if anything else is going on here. We'll move on to the next one. Uh, Mark, I'm in the one that was telling you about uh, stump stuff the other day. Oh, some stuff. Okay, cool. Um, let's see. Planning on it in June. Personally, I have no interest in attending an Aquashella trade show. Yeah, it is more of a trade show. It's turning into that at least. Maybe they'll change it around. I'll hear enough people complaining that they'll do something about that. But right now, I mean, for somebody like me, I can buy 3 tables at the local show here, and I'll have a great day. That one there, the spring show is really good. It's a fairly big event, especially for a local club putting it on. Really nicely done. I do really well there, so man, I could buy 3 tables. They upped the price of the tables by the venue went up by like 60%. They increased their cost. I think it was 60. it was 40 or 60%, a big increase. So they had to increase the price of the tables. So if you buy 3 tables like I got, they were $80 a piece. Now last year they were only $50 a piece, so that's a pretty good increase, but still well worth it. So I can buy 3 tables over there way cheaper than I can buy one booth at Aquashella. I think last year, like if you were just going on an aisle in the aisle there, a 10 by 10 booth or a 10 by 8, whatever they actually were, they were $850, and I think it was $950 for an end or $900 for like an end cap, but it's a 10 by 10, so it's insanely expensive. Of course, a lot of people come through, but for me, I would have to sell so much stuff, it just wouldn't be worth it. So I'm definitely not. Uh, oh, the crazy Instagram chat with you. Oh, okay. I like the, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think I just posted some fun stuff today on there. Yeah, 800 or something exactly. They were like 850, I think, last year. So there's that going on. Let's see what else I had here. So the Aquashella is going to be May 17th and 18th. The Texas Cares convention is going to be June 12th through the 18th. So it's like a multi-day event. So it's like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And there is a ton of stuff going on. If you know about Goliad Farms, where they're going to do a tour down the Goliad Farms with the whole group, people, they're going to take a bus down there and spend quite a few hours. It's a big chunk of time they put into that. That could be a lot of fun. Then they're also going to hit the San Marcos River, do some collecting, and going to go to where they have I guess a farm for swordtails uh, right there too. So that could be a lot of fun. I'm going to plan on doing that trip. Goliad Farms, I don't know if I want to take the whole day because I want to do a few other things and hit some speakers and stuff. Like, I don't think there's any speakers during that time, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not because everything does cost. So it's going to get kind of expensive if I do everything. But I definitely want to do the San Marcos River collecting trip. That could be a ton of fun. So hopefully you guys can join us there. What else are they doing? Of course, they have the American Killifish Association will have their show fish there. I plan on entering a bunch of fish, as many as I can at that in that show. Currently, I don't know how this happened. I mean, I did work hard, but man, it just blows me away that currently I am the number 1 position for the Killifish exhibitor award standings. So but boy, it's going to be tough. There's one coming up before then too. I think it's here in March. They're going to do judging at, and so people can win points there. And I don't know if I'm going to put any fish into that one, so somebody might pass me. Because the second place person is only like 3 points behind me. So I've got like 178. They've got like 3 or 4 less than me. So they could easily pass me. And then of course the national convention, that's a lot of points available there, and a lot of people put some really awesome fish in there. So it's going to be steep competition. I'm going to have to work hard to be able to keep it to be able to keep my standings, but it'll be worth it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm kind of looking to see. I don't know if I'm getting any comments coming from Rumble. Back, you are live. This isn't live. I don't show any people are watching through Rumble. It says nobody's watching through Rumble. Yeah, it's probably because I'm glitching out. But anyhow, I don't care. I'm gonna keep going. Let's see what else. Then I know the other clubs are doing their own things. It's going to be I remember looking at the schedule, and it was packed. I mean, you're getting your money's worth. It looked like if you're going to that convention. Can't imagine how many people that would be there. I mean, yeah. Oh, and I did put. Thank you for posting that. I did post the link in the description for the cares, and I linked to my Rumble account too. So if you want to join me on Rumble, but I don't know if I'm even live on Rumble. Something doesn't seem right. I think I may have set something up wrong, but I have to check that later. I gotta go look right now, real quick, to see if it's. Oh yeah, I'm on. Okay. Yeah, my quality's really low. It looks like. know what's going on with that. Anyhow, I might have I might have to have you bring some fish and eggs. I'm definitely bringing fish. I plan on. So there's going to be a vendor area too. So they're going to have vendors out there for the whole show, pretty much, and with vending stuff. I thought about doing that, having a vending table, but I kind of want to enjoy this convention a little more than to be selling stuff. I'll sit there at at your booth all day long. But they're also having a swap meet where it's just like an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. They throw some tables up. You get a table, you throw your stuff on the tables, and you sell what you can. So I think I'm going to do that. Plus, there'll be so much stuff in the auction too. So there's going to be tons of stuff available. Um, and if you're interested in certain eggs or certain fish, let me know. And if I got them, I can I can bring them. That's should be no problem. Hello, Cheryl. I'm going to be just listening for a while. Went to fried tanks just to find more curry. Oh yeah, yeah. Get those out before they eat them. Those curry eggs. Yeah, had some of those breed on me a couple times, and I never got to them in time. They always ate them. Uh, so I think it's going to be a really really fun time. So let's see what else did I have. Uh, yeah, we have a local club, and we had a meeting for the Breeders Award program. That was a pretty fun meeting. We actually had a lot of people there. It seems to be growing. I haven't actually put any points in. I mean, put any fish in that yet, or even tried to, because my racks is over full right now. So as soon as I make some room and I start breeding again, I can start, trying to get some points for the Breeders' Award program. If I'd been keeping points the whole time, well, it's kind of a newer program, but if I had been keeping them, boy, I probably could have been got a lot of points. I'd have been up there pretty far. It can be really cool. Yes, hit the like button. Yeah, please do. I'd appreciate that. Uh, is my video looking okay? I can't tell for sure. I'm just worried about the my video going down or being really really bad. Um, oh yeah, so we had a meeting, and the last meeting was talking about they're bringing up points on how to make a rack. So if you're building your own new fish rack, your first fish room, putting it together, they had a lot of great ideas in there. There's one idea that I know of, and I would really like to do is put automatic drains in my tanks and do automatic fill system. That would save me so much time and effort. That'd be so awesome. But man, I just don't have an easy way to do it. I have nowhere to put the water, like permanently running from this room, or even the living room. I mean, it would have to go through a couple rooms. I don't know how I would get it over there. Now, once I get it to like a bathroom, then tying it into to water supply, not going to be easy. Now, if I had like a pier and beam, it'd be a lot easier. But I don't. I have a slab foundation, and the audio is spot on, so no problem. Okay, yeah. As long as my audio is good, the video can be a little bit bad, and it's not such a big deal. I'll have to troubleshoot that video. I don't know what's going on. Start acting up, but anyhow. Uh, so I wish I could do drains, but I'm not going to drill all these tanks now. And then if I could drill them, I don't know how to tie them in the water. Then the drain would be a little bit crazy. I mean, I could drain it outside, I guess, somehow. But it got a brick house with a a slab floor. What type of what do you call it, a stand to put them on? Because you can put a lot of different things out. Like behind me, this is a baker's rack, but as long as you use the right baker's rack, you're okay. Some of those baker's racks are not designed for very much weight, so you've got to look at the actual rack. And if you're doing something like 5 gallon aquariums like behind me, it's not a big deal. You're fine. But I would suggest using something, a little more substantial, really, to do it right. And if you look real closely, you can kind of see my tank sag a little bit in the middle. Not bad, but it sags just a little bit, and I don't really like that. Um, so what I do is I went to Home Depot and got their Husky brand racks. Each rack is rated at 1,000 pounds. So I'm going to put up a new rack right now in my living room, and I've got the rack up. I've got aquariums already bought. I got some of the lighting, and I've got some manifolds made. And I'm making this rack. It's going to be 10-gallon aquariums, 12 10-gallon aquariums, and it's going to be for the killifish, for the showfish that I have. Those are going to be showfish. They're breeders too. They're going to be breeding while they're in there. They're going to do dual purpose. But as soon as I get them breeding, get some eggs out of them, the next show that pops up, they're going to the show because I want adult killifish, full grown. I want a full size, but young. So, and I want proven breeders. So those are going to be the best fish I can put in the show. But then I can also watch them closer, and if there's a little bit of aggression going on, several weeks, maybe a month before a show, I could pull the female out and let her relax and let both of them kind of recover and get all their finnage back and looking good before we go to show. So, I don't probably seen this kind of a thing before, but this is just a manifold. And all I do is drill a hole in the end, the same size as my air tubing, and then I just shove the air tubing inside. It'd be really, really tight fit. I don't even glue it or anything. That's all I do. And then the valves, of course, you take, in my case, it's 11/32 inch valve. I mean, inch drill. Drill your holes, but there's a couple ways you can line them up so they're kind of straight. Like this is fairly straight. All I did was down through there. There'll be some wording. Kind of see it. So there's some wording up through here. You can just go right in the center of that wording and use that as your line, or you can lay this flat on the ground on the table and put a Sharpie on the table and just run it right down the side of it and make a straight line too for you. So there's two ways of doing it. Looks like there's some action over here in the chat. Uh-oh. I used 2 of those husky rats. Yes, I have 2 of those now. Hey, hi, Mexicali. How you doing? Hey, Aquatic Moose. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate that. Let's see. Hey, chatters. Okay, so also, I found something out really cool. Of course, always a little bit too late. Put this over here so it doesn't fall. I bought a dozen 10-gallon aquariums for this rack. And I went to the Petco, has their 50% off sale. And it's usually a pretty good deal, They were costing me $14.99 a piece. So pretty good deal. But then I went to a local shop called Aquateratopia and have to look around. Usually small shops like that, when they have aquariums, they're usually more expensive than you can get on a 50% off sale. Usually they're a little more expensive than like a Petco. So I usually even look at the price. I just happened to walk by and saw a 10-gallon aquarium there and a sticker on it, and it said $13.99. I was like, well, wait a second. I looked at a couple of them. I thought, man, that's an old sticker or something. So I talked to the owner and I said, hey, is this really $13.99? And he goes, oh yeah, I sell them for cost. And I just mark them up just to round up the 99 cents. I was like, oh wow. And he goes, I was asking if he could order them. He said, yeah, I can probably order some. Seemed a little hesitant, so I don't think he wants to order 100 of them in or anything. So it's just the Aqueon standard size aquarium, so he can order for me. So now I have a source of cheap aquariums. Of course, now I'm pretty full of aquariums. I don't know if I can put any more. So, oh well. But if anybody else could use that, that'd be awesome. So if you're local to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, look up Aquateratopia, and that's a cool shop to go look through. Tons of carnivorous plants. I think I've put the photos up before of those, man, but it's awesome. Is Mexicali going to San Antonio? We have vibes showing us some bad barbecue. Let's see here. Oh, the Koi Pit. Welcome. So, looks like we have the Koi Pit. Okay, there we go. So I think, at least if I need aquariums, I can get them. Moose, I left a bit of a question in the comments to your last video. Yeah, there's part of that. Okay. So I've been working on these on this tank, I got some pretty good lights. I think it might be too bright. I'm gonna have to try them. I got two of them. I need three lights total. I got two of them that come in a 2-pack, and it's about $40 for two of them. So it's like $20 a piece. Not so bad. I'm gonna try them. It's the same lights that the Aquateratopia people use for their plants and everything. So I've seen the lights; they're bright, and I'm hoping they're not too bright because I don't want to battle algae. But if I start battling algae, I'll just swap them out for the lights that I've been using. But I really want to grow plants, a lot of plants in this tank, and I'm having a little struggle with plants in some of my tanks, a little dull and dingy. So I think it's going to help out a lot. Of course, I might grow duckweed so fast that it blocks the light anyhow, but we'll see. What kind of lights are they? Ah, man, I knew somebody was going to ask that, and I had it written down. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I might be able to find it fairly quickly. Says my wife actually ordered them for me, and I sent her the link to it. I just got to figure out where I sent. Oh, there it is. Is it? No, no, no. That's a whole different thing that's going on. I may or may not be able to find it, but they are. I mean, I can't remember. They're a wacky name, something I'm not easy to remember. Um, let's see. But they should be. They're definitely going to be bright enough. They're not going to be too dim, absolutely for sure. Let me see. Nope. I can't remember if she messaged me back and forth or we communicate a lot, so there's a lot of stuff to go through. But anyhow, so I may not be able to find them quick. But so far with the lights I have, setups the way I do it, I don't have algae issues. I mean, there's never. It's it's kind of crazy how little of problems that I have with algae. I have these tanks behind me. I've never cleaned them. I've never had any algae on them. I mean, it just doesn't grow. Even when I first turned it up, usually when you first get a tank going, the first month or so, you get that diatom algae, or you get some green spot maybe here and there, but it usually goes away. I never even got that. It was just crazy. It just didn't happen. Man, we communicate a lot. Oh, there they are. Let's pull up the ad for them. Oh man, the brand name is spelled AQIQUUT. So it's one of those Chinese companies, but they're 4-foot shop lights, 65K daylight, 50 watt. They say they're 7,000 lumen, but I don't think they're 7,000 lumen. I think that's way overemphasizing it. I'll show you a picture. Hopefully you can see what those are, and I'll back up for the description. Well, here, let me zoom in on the description. Maybe you can see that. Hopefully I can hold it still enough. It's there. I think that's even better. Focus is better there. But they look like this, and they actually shine out at an angle. So if you had a wider, the 10 gallons are going to be lengthwise in there. So it's going to be a 20-inch depth, and I'm only going to be up, and they're going to be pretty packed in there. So I'm going to have a short area here. So I need the light to spread all the way across the 10-gallon tank. So I think this is going to work really good. uh, so the issue that I think I'm at right now is what's slowing me down is trying to get is substrate. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do my substrate. I want I want to be able to grow plants, but I also don't want the fish to be able to lay eggs in the substrate, depending on what species they are. That might happen. Um, I also want it to be flexible enough that I can change water parameters. Some of the fish to be able to, some of these killifish to be able to breed need soft water. Most of them don't, but I need to be able to drain the tank and put in RODI or rainwater in there and keep it soft and neutral, maybe slightly acid if I could throw some leaves or things in there. But I need to be able to change it up. So I can't do my trick where I like to use some of the sand from the area, from the local creek. A lot of that has limestone kind of mixed into it, like a limestone sand mixed in. So we put that in the tank, it'll harden the tank up. It'll get a lot of it'll at least get a lot of KH in the tank. There may or may not be any GH, but definitely be a lot of KH, and the pH will go really high if I do that. I could use um, what do you call it? Decomposed granite. It's one of my favorite things to use. Uh, but then I got to decide, do I want to put some dirt underneath of it? And then if I do that, then I got to put a fairly thick layer. And some of the decomposed granite is bigger chunks, so it's more like gravel. So you have to make a thicker layer of that even. But I did find some decomposed granite sand. That actually might work out well too. Um, Comes as long as the light is shining on you. Yeah, that's a wacky name. uh, Seems like there's always aquatic moose. It seems like there's always a demand for mystery snails. Those certain fish ebb ebb and flow. Yeah, uh, I. It was a ton of fun to share my thoughts on them, and excited to make a new color combo. Uh, hope they'll hope you all check it out. Okay, yeah, sounds cool. I used quite a move. Oh, I used sand from a stream once, and the pine needles kept crashing my pH. Ooh, yeah, that could be an issue for sure. Um, I spread Home Depot small river pebbles. Seems to work well. Yeah, I do have a bag of pea gravel from Home Depot's, Lowe's, whatever. In fact, there's a couple of these tanks have some pea gravel in them. I could do pea gravel too. I could do a little bit of dirt and like a real thick layer of pea gravel. I just haven't decided. I might actually do a combination. I might do each three different layers, three different racks, and I might do like decomposed granite on one, sand on one, and then I might even do bare bottom. I've never really messed with bare bottom tanks, but since I haven't done it, I can't make any comments of whether it's going to be good for me or bad for me. So instead of making any comments about it, maybe I should try it. Just try some bare bottom tanks and see if it's something I want. And it's easy to fix. If I don't like it, it's pull the water out, throw a substrate in, you're done. It's harder if you put a substrate in it to go back, because then you got to pull the substrate out. It's a real pain in the butt. But man, if you got a bare bottom, it's pretty easy to fix. To, put substrate if you don't like it. Uh, yeah. So I don't know, and I may or may not put dirt in the bottom. And if I do it, some type of dirt, I got some old substrate that had a little dirt in the bottom. Oh, there goes my lights. Okay, Google, turn on fish room. Problem fixed. Uh, yeah, I like that mindset. Try it out and see. Yeah, I mean, I hear so many people talking about things they've never even tried. I mean, how do you know what it does or what it doesn't do, or you like it or not? So that's my take on it. So I'm going to do that and see what happens. Probably, I don't know, but I do want to grow plants. I think the killifish do enjoy plants in their tank. I did make a mistake. At least, man, I think this is what happened. Some of my tanks, in fact, you can see behind me. There's a good example, like right there. This tank, it is full of guppy grass. Right, it's full of guppy grass. Tank beside of it, no plants like at all. And one over there, like no plants. This one here, well, they got stuff growing on the top, and then this one here's got some plants in it. These were all set up all the exact same time. They've had some different fish in there, a little different loads, but practically the same thing. So why I couldn't figure out why some of it's living and some of it's not. And then but I think I may have figured it out. And Art with the AKA, he mentioned that this might be the issue. I was talking about picking up magnolia leaves and using magnolia leaves in my tanks. Seemed to be a good idea. I mean, it didn't hurt the fish or anything. But you mentioned that magnolias, that you ever see magnolia tree, a lot of times underneath of it, there's not a whole lot of vegetation. So I'm wondering if there's some kind of chemical in there that's killing plants. And I don't remember which tanks I put the leaves in and which ones I didn't, but I didn't put them in all. I kind of spread them out. So if you look around, you'll see tanks with kind of spread around. Some tanks don't have anything, and some tanks do have plants. So I think I've killed off all of my plants. I've done enough water changes that it should be pretty much out now, but we'll see. And so I put oak leaves in some of these tanks. There's like the brown one down here on the bottom. I think it's on this side. It's kind of brown. I think there's some oak leaves in there dying away. Um, I've played around with a bunch of different things. So let's see. Do. Half of my tanks are bare bottom with Christmas moss. Yeah, that could be another thing. I could try to grow some washer tan, Christmas moss, Java moss, something like that in the tanks. I've heard a lot of people say once you put Java moss in a tank, they can't get it out, and it's like a plague. I can't get the stuff to grow very well. Only a couple tanks every once in a while it'll start growing good in. Like tank right in front of me here is one I'm looking at, the 10 gallon. It grows some washer tang really well, but no other tank in the whole room does. And it's kind of a darker tank, but it has algae all over it. That's one of the ones I set up a long time ago, and I don't understand. That's just a weird tank, but oh well. Let's see, where are we at? Okay, Google, turn on fish light. There we go. Uh, this guy's like Tony Stark talking to his fish room, turning the lights on. You would be blown away all this crazy stuff that I have wired up. I mean, I got these smart switches all over the place. I even drain tanks, and I have a smart switch hooked uh, to a pump, so I can turn the pumps on and off to drain it, or put water back in tanks without having to go turn a switch off if it's too far to reach or whatever. So yeah, then I play around with Raspberry Pis, which is a single board computers. Man, I've got those things set up. I got one that I'm playing around with. I got it set up to have a NAS, which is a network attached storage to it. I'll put two 4 terabyte hard drives that are identical on hook to it. I have those set up in a RAID 1, which is basically means they back each other up. So like this video here, if I want to save this, I will load it up to that. So it'll actually back it up on both of those hard drives at the same time. So anywhere in my house, I can access those hard drives. So if I'm doing something on my phone or on my computer and I want to move it back and forth, I just throw it up there. It's like having your own cloud drive, like Google Drive or OneDrive. But if it's just that, I have to have it set. I have to be in the house, in the network, to be able to use it. So I took it one step further. I'll put a VPN in it, a virtual private network, hooked to the Raspberry Pi 2. And with that, I can go anywhere, and I could turn on my VPN. It connects to the internet here at my house to my Raspberry Pi, and it's got a big encryption key on it that so you wouldn't be able to get into my stuff, but I can. And then I can go and access my drive there. I can access basically anything, any of my networks, any of my routers, any of my 3D printers, all that stuff I can access from anywhere by doing that. Then I stuck a hard drive, an 8 terabyte hard drive that I bought with a friend of mine's father had passed away, and he did karaoke and he's a DJ, and so I bought the laptop and all the hard drive stuff came with it, and the hard drive was full of music. I mean, it has got everything back from the 40s, all the way up to about 2008 or 9, I think. It's got country music, rock. It's got basically everything you can imagine. So I hooked that to my NAS. So now I can play music through my phone driving down the road somewhere off of my home NAS. So I don't have to download any of the music. And I can listen to whatever the heck I want for free. So, yeah, those kind of things I got going on. I got all kind of other automation stuff, and got temperature sensors all throughout each rooms that are hooked to go online, so you can have them on your phone. You can look at the temperatures, and it'll give you warnings. You can set different parameters for when they go off. It sends you an alarm. So I've got a lot of crazy stuff going on. I like reusing substrate to instant cycle a new setup. That's my new. That's my least favorite drawback of the dirt. Well, what you could do, what I've done before too, is I've taken, like right now, I just had a 75-gallon aquarium that had like 6 inches of sand in it, and in the bottom I had dirt in the bottom of it. I broke it down because I need to move that to put this rack in place. I had to move it straight. I had to move that out of the way, put a turtle tank. It's a 90-gallon aquarium with a side neck turtle in it. Shoved that back to build a rack in. I wasn't really using that tank for a whole lot. There were some natives in it a while, but I just kind of lost interest. So I took all that and I stuck it outside in a big tote. All that sand and dirt and everything's all mixed together. So what I'll do, and I've done in the past, I'll take some of that and put on the bottom, just the way it is. Don't do anything to it. If I find some dirty areas, that's great. That'll be my dirt bottom. And then I will take some of the more sandy that I can, scoop through there and find a lot of sand, put it in a 5-gallon bucket, spray it out really good, rinse and rinse it until it's running clear, and then cap that with that sand. So you're still reusing it all. I found that works pretty well. And even if I'm going to, like, I go to the river and get sand, at least I was for a long time, and I'm coming home and that stuff has got so much clay and stuff in it. Or even if you buy pool filter sand, or the decomposed granite is really bad about having just clay. I mean, it's like half clay. It's crazy. But I'll take that and stick it in the bottom just the way it is, and then wash and rinse the stuff that's going on top. So I don't have to wash it all. And plus I can use it. So I like the tech talk. got my A+ certification. Oh, very cool. Very cool. I didn't go to any schooling like that. I just was always had a I don't know, a desire to learn. So right now I'm playing on my Raspberry Pi. I have a Raspberry Pi 5 with a SSD hat on it, and I've got it running. It's running just the regular Raspberry Pi OS right now, but I'm also adding a Docker on it, if you know what Docker is. And I'm trying to figure out how to. I've never done it before, so I'm learning how to use Docker, and I'm hoping to maybe set up, put some different, programs in there. They're in containers, and play around with that. I don't know what I'm going to go with it, but I'm playing. Don't even know what I'm going to put on it right now. I got my NAS set up. See, I should have figured this out how to do it, and then set up my NAS and my VPN on the Raspberry Pi in Docker containerized. So if one program goes dead, or I need to play with it or whatever, I don't have to take, just mess the whole thing up. But yeah, it's kind of tech talk. That's the kind of stuff I do. I'll do that while I'm like building a rack. So I've got the rack right beside where this is going to be. Like the videos I've got shooting, I'm going to shoot a lot more videos on the whole process. But the videos I have, you'll see in the background my desk, which is, man, it's got shelving. It's got the little drawers and stuff full of electronic components all over the walls, and yeah, it's a pretty cool work area. But anyhow, so that's kind of like what I do on the side. So I'll be updating a program or installing a program or doing something to it, and I'll stop, and whenever that's busy doing something, I'll come over and start working on the rack system. Installing those what do you call those things? This thing, the bulkhead, not bulkheads. Man, well, I can't remember. I can't remember what they're called now. Anyhow, I'll build some of those, and then when I get done doing that, I'll come back over, do something on the computer, and it might sit there for a whole day, and I don't do anything to the computer at all. But as soon as I get a chance, if I get tired of washing, sand and all that stuff, I'll go back over and play with the computer a little bit. I'm always tweaking with something. I'm kind of curious. I realized that I had a video that I started the program up, and I just turned it off a little while ago. Did the video get any better, or is it still crap? Just kind of curious. Well, it's a cool way to sort through it. Thanks for the insight. You're welcome. Yeah, I'm self-taught. Did the same test online. I'm just a jack of all trades. Yeah, I didn't take the test or anything. Oh, it'd be kind of interesting to go through the course and take it. 3G. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome. Hey, Cosmin, there you are. I am frozen. Nice. So yeah, it's kind of funny. I'll put that up here on my screen so nobody will see it because I'm frozen. But you're saying interesting things. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. I just always have something going on. I was going to show some cool the stickers I have, but that's not going to work. I really need to shift gears and troubleshoot why my video is so crappy. I should have a 10 megabit upload, and that should be plenty. And I've done it before. I'll live stream without any problems at all. So there might be something going on with this computer. It's a new computer I'm using. It is a mini computer, but it actually, man, it seems to run, and it's got the stats are way higher than any other computer I've used. So this one should be rocking it. But I am using a capture card going through a video I mean, a camcorder. Usually it's really good quality coming out of there, but for some reason, let's get closer in the stream. Let me play around with this. I'm wondering if I go in here and I drop down the quality to here. Let's see what happens. So let me know if that kicks back on. Does anyone here dechlorinate their water for brine shrimp apps? Oh, no, absolutely not. I do not. You want the chlorine to help break down the shells. And there's even a lot of guys they'll take the water and they'll pull some of the shrimp out, the brine shrimp out. The next day they'll pull a little more brine shrimp, and they're feeding them a little bit of food too. And then they'll add more brine shrimp into the water, and they'll add a little more water, but it's the same old water, and they'll add more more chlorine to it, or actually dump Clorox bleach into it to help break it down. So that's kind of crazy. It can't be an OBS output setting because I'm not using OBS. I am using EV Mux, which I've never had a problem before with. So I don't know. Let's see. Oh, LDH Aquatics. Hey, thanks for joining us. So, yeah, this thing is plugging me. I don't know. I think for the next live stream, I'm gonna switch back to using the webcam. I had a decent webcam. The video looked okay, but if this thing is gonna crap out, I'm just gonna have to get rid of it. I did a test before I went live, and it was fine, but it seemed like it was okay for a while. But then it went bad. So I really don't know. There's nothing else open right now, so I don't know. It's a mystery. Have you tried? I tried StreamYard at one time, but this EV Mux is really nice, lots of features, and it's web based. So all the heavy lifting, all the actual work is being done on their servers, not on my computer. So my computer is basically just transmitting the audio and all that stuff to them, but all the hard stuff in the background is being done through them. So, yeah, my screen's freezing. Yeah, it's me. So there's nothing I can really do about it. Let me do this. We drop down to my video quality. No, leave it on MP4. I know that's. Come on, go back. I think I should be able to get on to 720p somewhere. I don't think it's in here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm playing around. Let's see, video. Nope, I don't play around with this thing enough to know where those settings are at. Okay, no, that's all I don't want. Use all that. I'm trying to drop it down to 720p. Is what my goal here is. No, that's not going to be. I know I can do it somewhere. I may not be able to do it live. Let's see. It's audio, video snapshots. I don't want all that stuff. No. Nope. Let's see what this does. Takes me right back to there. Huh. Yeah, I don't think I can do it while I'm. Uh-oh. Not sure what I hit. Leave it alone. Anyhow, it doesn't matter. It's dead. Let's see what was going on here. Fix must have been a crappy area of my street. No, it's me. Let's see. I don't care how long I can hear for sure. It's like 18 degrees outside my house right now. Let me see. What temperature is it out for me? It's pretty chilly. It's probably in the upper 20s. Yeah, 24 right now. It's supposed to get down to 23, so it's almost at its low. Tomorrow it gets back up to 54, and then 51. About a weekend, it's back. Saturday, 61. So it'll warm back up here. This doesn't get too bad at all. So anyhow, 62. Man, where are you at? That's a nice temperature. LDH. Yeah, he's. I hate you, not. And Koi Pit, I hate you. Let's see. 24 degrees in Louisiana, 3G at 3G's location. Fathom Aquatic 78 in my fish room. Yeah, I don't know what mine is. I don't even know where I put that sensor at, but I could tell you. Pull up my Rockaroo or something like that. Let's see. And I have it on my shirt. I have a tortoise outside too, and I have it in his tortoise tank. And right now, he's actually got a piece of plywood on top front of his door, and it's got screws in it, so he cannot come out. It is too cold for him to be outside. But this weekend, probably tomorrow, I might start letting him out. I'll have to see if it's going to be rainy, overcast, or if it's sunny and 51, that's fine. He'll be out. Let's see, 77 in here right now. Not bad. I'll show you his tank. He's got a little space heater in there, and so you can see. Well, maybe you can't. Maybe it's frozen, but that's basically what it looks like. So that's pretty cool. LD Aquatics. This is cold for me though. Where are you at? Man. Jeff Kane hasn't. Skull Aquatics. Jeff Kane hasn't gotten over 0 all day. That sucks. New local Austin 28 ATX. Fathom Aquatics. Yeah, but with the beard, Jeff Kane is like a husky rolling in the snow. Catfish. Craig's Catfish Cave was around 37 degrees here today. The Koi Pit. I don't even want to hear it, Nathan. Oh, hello, Fish Fam Link. I need to. If I start doing this more regularly, I'll put the schedule on Fish Fam Link again. But man, it's hard to commit. Usually have a lot of stuff going on. LDH Aquatics. I have a winter hat, beanie on, and a flannel coat. Oh man, inside, man. LDH Southwest Florida. I know it's still supposed to get pretty chilly in part of Florida. I think it was supposed to snow today, wasn't it? In the northern part of Florida, like the Panhandle. But I could be wrong about that. Hi, Stephen P. Welcome. 22 and dropping in Baton Rouge. Supposed to be a low of 9 tonight. Wow, you're even colder than we are here. Baton Rouge is pretty far south, part of even the Dallas-Fort Worth area. LDH. Pretty soon, I'll have to break out the winter pants, long johns. Yep. And it usually gets cold here. Like, it's gonna be cold here for about a week. It'd be considered cold for us, but then it's gonna warm back up like it always does. Oh man. Jeff Kane. Craig doesn't use freedom units like the rest of us. Let's see. What did Craig say? He probably put a temperature. Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah. LDH Aquatics. I'll never deny I'm a huge pansy when it gets below 75. Wow. Koi Pit. I had shoved insulation up my chimney because it got too cold. Well, if you got a chimney, turn that sucker on. Shove a fireplace beneath it. LDH quad eggs. Oh, I haven't a clue about the weather down here. I don't have a clue. Jenna P, hello. Florida, 37 degrees Fahrenheit. 30 FFL, 37 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. 37. Oh, okay. 37 degrees equals 89.6. Wow. Ugh. Well, it is 10 o'clock. I'm probably going to get off here soon. I'm glad all you guys joined me. Be looking for a video. I'm hoping sometime this week I have time to get a video out, and I'll post a video of the rack I'm making and some of the decisions I've made and the way I've had to put some padding down. Basically, I've used exercise padding down on the shelf. Then I put a piece of plywood on top of that, and I'll go in to show you exactly why I do that. But anyhow, let's see what's going on in the chat real quick, and then I'll get off here. The koi pit. We have ran our chimney in the past, but our house was built in 1908. Oh, the fireplace is original and does not have a flue to close. Oh, okay, yeah. So you can blow the stuff back in. You can't control the heat real well. Yeah. Well, one of the things I did here, we've got a propane fireplace in the living room area. The living room is a big open living room, so living room, dining room. The kitchen has a kind of an area where it flows into, but it's got a what do you call it? A bar top on top. So whenever I turn that on, that area gets nice and warm. I mean, I have to go low setting. Even this is whenever it was negatives. It was down around 0 and negatives for days here at night. And I had to turn that on, but I had to turn it all the way down. This is even when the power was off. I turned it down so far that it was below low. So it was just barely putting any flame out at all. And it would heat that room up nice. But then it's got a central air conditioning system. So in the hallway, so we've got a vaulted ceiling too. So now down here lower is where the hallway is, and the thermostat's over by the hallway, and the intake is in the hallway. So the intake now is pulling air from the back bedroom areas a little bit from the living room and blowing it everywhere. So you end up getting all the bedrooms, which are off to the on the edges of the house. Those all get freezing cold, including the room I'm in right now. This is one of the colder rooms because it kind of is like back to the hallway area. So we used, so I went and bought one of the little, what is it called? Something Buddy. Is it Gas Buddy or something? But it's basically more designed. I've used it for outside like a deer stand. So it has a deer stand set up. You set it out there. But it's designed for indoor. It's supposed to be the safest indoor little heaters that you can get. But that runs on propane, little propane tanks, the round ones, the short, fat, round ones. It'll run that for, it says like, like it's 5 or 6 hours on low, but I could probably have that in this room, and it's designed for a much bigger room. I could probably turn it on for an hour, turn it off for an hour, just to kind of keep this room warm with all these aquariums in here. Luckily, killifish tend to like it a little cooler, and they can handle it definitely cooler than a lot of the tropical fish. So I can go down probably to 60 in this room, and it'd be okay. Short time for a short time. So the rest of the room is heated by that. That's where all the other aquariums are pretty much in the living room. And this room, there's only 2 rooms I have to worry about temperature-wise, except for there's a room in the garage where I have reptiles, where I have native. So it's like all native reptiles. Snakes, primarily. A lot of venomous snakes. Not a lot, but some venomous snakes I use for educational purposes. That room, as long as it doesn't freeze, I'm good. So they'll just go into brumation. They'll cool down. Won't be a problem at all, as long as I hadn't just fed them. But so that's not an issue. So we do pretty good around here. I usually have it set up pretty good. I may actually get because our bedroom gets cold. There's no animals in there except for us and the dogs, but they can handle kind of getting cold. They're in their own crates and stuff. They'll be fine. Not worried about them. But what I might buy is a kerosene heater. You ever seen those kerosene heaters? Are good for indoors. I grew up with people, all friends that used to have those in their living rooms all the time as a kid. I could probably get one of those. I think I just looked them up. They're like $80. No, it's $139. It's $139. The little thing we got was $75. But those are on kerosene, and they're only like 2 gallons of kerosene will last you 8 to 12 hours. So that's really efficient and cheap. It's a cheap fuel. So anyhow, oh, Mr. Heater, yeah, the propane buddy, yeah, those things work great. LDH, I learned the conversion from yeah, okay. Uh, LDH, Koi, they don't make a kit you could install to fix the chimney, either inside it or on top of the outside. I have no idea. Anyhow, 3G shrinkage, yeah. Let me scroll back up here. I probably think I missed some stuff. Stephen P. When it's minus, it's just awful, and conversion is no longer necessary. Yeah. Anyhow, guys, well, thank you for joining me tonight. I'm gonna try to do this next Tuesday night. I didn't even look to see who else is live streaming. This is when I had available. I might take a look, see if I can fit in, around everybody else, so I don't step on any toes. I don't think, well, of course, I'm not stepping on anybody's toes, small channels I have. But anyhow, I'm going to try to make a consistent live stream. I'll probably do Tuesday nights. Actually, I think Bentley is on right before me, so I'll have to take a look at when he's on. Either keep it Tuesday night or switch it over to do it on a different night. But Tuesday seems to work. I have enough time to get over the weekend and get caught up on Monday, and before I go to live stream, I do some stuff here, and then I can live stream. But then by the time the rest of the week comes, I'm getting busy again doing stuff. So, but Wednesday night might work too. I don't know. Take a look. Anyhow, thanks everybody. I appreciate you guys all stopping by, and I hope you guys have a great evening. Thank you.